Facebook.
All right, quickly to the tube. Say what up, tube.
What up, tube?
What up, tube? And last but certainly not least, for the pod, here we go. Whoops. Not here we go.
Oh.
Dang, I messed up. I'm trying to rush through this and I missed one. All right, it's cool, everybody. Nobody can even hear us right now. But there it is. Now they can hear us. All right. My bad, everybody. I am trying to rush through this and get things done, but I totally messed up and did not plug in the audio. So,
but we're good now. We're good now.
So, welcome. Happy
Wednesday.
Hump day. Come on, man.
I didn't even know what day it was. I was going to say Friday.
You were about to say Friday. Happy Wednesday. Friends Day. All right, here we go. For the pod in 3 and 2 and...
Welcome to another episode of...
Business Bros.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Hernancius here, host of the Business Bros podcast, where we're here to help you create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Along with my co-host,
the insurance bro, James C.S. with Pipeline Insurance, where we effectively empower licensed professionals to effectively add insurance into their existing businesses. And boy, oh boy, is that the topic of the day, aside from coronavirus, of course, because that's what everybody's talking about.
Dude, so yesterday we had that conversation on coronavirus, and I was like, hey, everybody's freaking out. Rosa freaked out.
Yeah, I heard.
So we ended up going to Walmart and buying a bunch of stuff.
Canned goods?
Yeah, mostly I think it's just to settle her nerves. Like, you know, she's being, mom kicks in.
Mom mode
kicks in, and she wants to make sure her cubs are taken care of.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, man, are you serious? Like, I don't know, dude.
Can we go to Walmart?
Can we go to Walmart? All right, let's go.
All right.
So,
well, I have it from a good source that the virus is transferred or whatever
manipulated.
It's moved from person to person from the eye droplets and droplets at the sides of your mouth. So that's why they keep telling you don't touch your face, because that's where like it ends up. And then, your eyes get a little bit itchy and you kind of like rub your eye, and then you go and shake somebody's hand and boom.
But it's hard to not touch your face. Like,
I know. I touch my face all the time.
When you're consciously like trying not to, you realize how often you actually do.
Yeah, and it's like your eyes get itchier.
Yeah. Now you're really thinking
like,
about it. But dude, there's a lot of stuff like, okay, so I don't know, panic or not panic. Is it a pandemic or is it still a virus?
It's legit a thing. Okay, so I was having a conversation this morning with my doctor friend, and she was telling me that 3% is the overall mortality rate.
I was reading that too.
Right? And I'm like, okay, so what? 3%. But apparently that's like really high.
Well, I mean, I was looking at it. The regular flu is about 1%. So it's 3 times more likely to die.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it sounds worse when you say 3 times, but it's still 3%. It's not...
It's not a lot, but still.
And the mortality rate is much higher if you're older, like over 60, 70, 80, 90 years old.
It jumps up to 15% if you're over 60, and I think she said like 40% if you're over 80.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's where the fear is.
Right.
But the younger ones, like, they're just going to get it, fight it, and...
Most of us,
keep going. But it's crazy,
dude. But overall, for it still to be 3%, like...
So the markets, how'd they do today? Did you see by any
chance?
chance?
It dropped again.
Again?
Yeah. It was yesterday. It was up 14. Today down 14.
Oh, so wash from the last day.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that hit that it took Monday morning.
It's not recovered from that.
Yeah, it's back to Monday levels.
Dude, it's just, I mean, and that's the crazy part about it. I mean, things like TV shows being filmed with no studio audience, sporting events with no audience.
March Madness with no fans in the stands.
That's crazy,
like,
dude.
We were talking about it. They did that in Baltimore a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's gnarly, dude. Like,
wild, insane.
Everything like that. I don't know if it's preventative measures. Is it just to be safe? Is it really that bad? And then I start getting into the whole conspiracy theory things, right? I was like, okay, well, is this like how World War III actually happens, right? Like, is this the type of thing that it goes out and just kind of cleanses the world? Like, is this our plague of this generation? Like, is that what's going on here? We're just trying to, fight off the old and make way for the new, or like, I don't know, like, all kinds of different stuff that you can go with it. All I know is I don't know, man. The military's getting ready for this sort of quarantine type thing, and so it kind of makes me wonder. Okay, well, what's gonna go? I'm not so worried about contracting and surviving. I think I'm in a healthy situation myself. Kids are pretty healthy kids too. Not too worried about that. But the panic if we go into a quarantine, like that, it to me is scarier. When people don't have enough supplies or they're not allowed to go buy stuff. I mean, that to me, that the human nature of seclusion and survival is scarier than this whole pandemic thing going on.
Agreed, because that's how riots start, and like you said, that's how World War III starts.
That's well, yeah.
But
no,
I mean,
no, my question to World War III
it's going to start over toilet paper.
Somebody's gonna have to go. They're not gonna have enough. It's crazy, dude. And then, what are you gonna do? Like as far as entertainment and
I thought you were gonna say when they come for you.
When they come for you, bad boys, bad boys.
We still need to go on our man date and watch that movie.
I know,
on our
dude.
bro date.
I know.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's still in theaters anymore.
I don't even know if they're gonna let us in the theater.
Point. Hey, did anybody watch that movie? Was it any good? Bad Boys Forever.
You got like I don't know, 55 Rotten Tomatoes out of 100
probably
but
something like that. That sounds about right.
It's the point that we have to go watch it.
Mike Lowry again.
All right. Well, it's what I wanted to talk about today. It's you did
you
number
talk
one.
About Mike Lowry?
No. You did Bad Boys 1. You did Bad Boys 2. You got to go Bad Boys 3. Why? Because it's momentum. We've already bought into this sort of thing.
That's what you wanted to talk about today. Momentum. This is cool.
Dude.
Okay. All right.
Again, shout out to the Justice League 5 a.m. Club.
Yeah, I saw that
Eric
invite
Gilman, right?
on your calendar.
So, by the way, you can hop on.
Am I allowed to?
You're allowed to hop on.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
Any of you who want to be part of this 5 a.m. club, you need that accountability to hop on the call in the morning. Let me know. I'll invite you to our Facebook group because it's on our shared calendar. You can hop on, and I can invite you to the group too if you want.
All right, cool. Cool.
But
I wasn't sure. I mean, I saw it and I was like, I kind of want to.
Go for it, dude. Go for it. So Eric Gilman's running it. Mr. Cutcove, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Ride across the country.
Mr. Power of Change.
He's gonna ride across the country on a bike here.
What?
In, 2
He's gonna
years.
do it the Noe?
Yep, exactly.
Sick.
And so he's running it, and the topic of conversation today was momentum. Right?
Momentum.
And so it's kind of cool because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I can talk about this in my morning Instagram if I want to. Mm-hmm. I can take that same conversation because at 5 a.m. when the call's on, I'm running. I'm on the treadmill, literally on the call on the treadmill.
So you're like not talking.
So I'm not talking, right? But I'm listening, and I'm listening, and I'm engaged, and I'm part of the group.
Do you have your video on you, like while you're running?
Nah, I put it on when I first start, yeah, and then I turn it off because it just looks totally weird, me on the treadmill running, right? But Ollie's on the group too, and Ollie's and Ollie's at the gym too. So
okay, so he's listening.
He leaves his
too.
camera on. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm all about that life.
Yeah.
I'm like, me too. I'm
Check
here.
out my form.
Yeah. Me too. I'm here, but I don't know. I don't. It's kind of weird if you're watching me like dripping sweat and like
face all red.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm there. I'm there. Right. Exactly. So today we're talking about momentum, right?
Momentum.
And momentum. And he uses this analogy about how like a domino, right? A domino, if it's small, it can knock over the next domino 50% bigger than itself, right? So as long as it's 50%, it's not more than that, then it'll knock that next domino over. And if you were to line up dominoes like that in increments, 50% larger, 30 dominoes from a little domino like that would be the size of the Empire State Building. And I was like, dude,
30 dominoes, that's it?
30 dominoes to get.
Well, it's like that whole, give me a penny a day,
double it,
yeah, and then 30 days I have like $1 million trillion.
Yeah. Well, it's like 6
261 million, whatever it was.
It's like 6 million or something.
Oh,
like that.
6 million.
Yeah, because the question is like, would you rather have $1 million or a penny a day and double it for a month?
For a month.
So, but it's the same type of thing. It's momentum, right? It's like once you get that little thing going, like everything else falls into place, right? Same thing with this whole podcast thing. Like I'm getting all these pieces together for March 16th launch, and am I going to be 100% ready to go on that day with everything? No, but I'm going to be way closer than I was when I first, came up with it. And because we had that deadline, because I'm incrementally working towards it every single day, like it's getting that much closer. Insurance company, like we've been working on stuff every single day progressively. We have one of the nicest, most fine-tuned systems and out there for anybody who wants to add insurance into their business.
Yep.
Like it's there, it's put into place. So now what do we got to do? We got to be able to go and talk to more people about it. So, we got this whole podcasting set up. Now what do we got to do? We got to go out there and talk to more people about it. Like the momentum is when you start building those things. One part for me in my mind is always the preparation momentum. Like right now, putting things together and getting things done on my own time as I'm working hard. Like to me, that's the easy part, right? A lot of people, that may be your difficult part. That's where you fall short. But to me, that's the easy part. When I go to the gym in the morning, that's the easy part because nobody's accountable but me. I can get tired. I can slow down a little bit, but I'm going to continue to take those steps in that forward direction. The more difficult part for me and for a lot of other people is, okay, now you're ready to sell. How do you go out and talk to somebody? You know what I mean? How do you go out and or either pick up the phone or knock on a door or send a video DM? And it's not that you can't do it. It's that you won't do it.
Fact.
Right?
Fact.
That's
that's me.
That's the biggest issue right there is that not that you can't do it, it's that you won't do it. And we're always afraid of looking dumb, not having the right answer. But the truth is we have all that. We know exactly what to say. We always look dumb. Right?
I do.
The whole point is to look dumb because you're supposed to be surrounding yourself with people who are smarter than you and more ahead of you in whatever venture that you're trying to get into, so you can better yourself. But that is the most difficult part. What we got? What we got on Facebook?
Oh well, Yuri says hi, friends.
Hi, friend.
And then
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she got engaged.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. And Andres Guzman says he saw me on the freeway on the hog about 25 minutes ago.
See?
Going all between the cars and everything.
That's right. That's right. No, so it comes
had
down
to get
to
here to the pod.
You had to. Because even though we were
I
late
stopped your
today,
momentum.
Yeah, stopped my momentum. But I can get back on it, right? And that's one of the key things. What was I talking? Oh, I was talking about getting out there and actually doing the conversation part, right? Having that discussion. And for some of you, it's just a lack of confidence, right? For some of you, it's I just need an ego boost a little bit. I am good. I can sell this. I'm very knowledgeable in what it is I do. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I got all these things squared away. I can do this. This is where affirmations and things like mindset become vitally important because we get to a situation where we're ready to take action and we're not willing to take that first baby step. We're not willing to knock that very first domino over for fear of blah. Right?
Yep.
It really doesn't exist, the whole concept of fear. There's nothing out there when you do a video DM, when you pick up the phone and call, when you door knock, there's nothing that's going to kill you. Well, hopefully nothing that's going to kill you, right? And it's a very, 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 very small chance you're going to knock on a door and Home Alone style, something's going to come and blow you up or something. That's not going to happen. But for the most part, the fears that we create are the fears in our own mind. Mm-hmm. We're stopping ourselves from doing whatever we need to do. So like today,
Facts.
for example, we had our owners meeting for our insurance company. And we're always talking about, things that are coming up. We understand the coronavirus is starting to affect a lot of different things, different places in the economy, being able to meet in different organizational groups. We've been talking about having one of our sales manager go to like B&I meetings, and we're like, well, we can't really do that right now because they're probably going to be suspending these types of get-togethers.
Right.
And so we're looking at our profit and loss statement and be like, okay, well, if worse comes to worse, what are we going to do? How are we going to make changes? What are we going to shift? And the entire conversation for that entire meeting was all cut-based, right? It was very much cut-based. How
do we cut costs?
How do we cut costs? How do we make sure we survive this next little downturn that we're going to come across here where we can't meet with people? And after I left the meeting, I'm kind of recapping to myself, and I'm thinking, that's a perspective that we took into the meeting. We took into the meeting this scarcity mindset, this mindset of how do we make sure that we survive this part right here, versus the other mindset that we could have gotten into the meeting, which was, how are we going to make more money here? How are we going to go through this and produce more? How are we going to engage people? Not how can't we engage with people, but how do we engage with people? We have the internet today. Like, one of those cool things about if we have a coronavirus, you're going to see more of the business bros, because guess what? I'm going to have nothing to do if I'm quarantined in my room, right? And you're going to see more of our shows, because why not, right? It's more content for you guys to do. And guess what? You're probably going to run out of Netflix shows. No, you're not going to run out of Netflix shows. But you're probably going to get bored with watching some Netflix. You're going to be scrolling through some stuff. You're going to see our stuff pop up from here, you know, every now and again. And you're just going to see more of what we do. There's a power when it comes to producing content that will allow you to generate more business. So when we came into this meeting, we went into this meeting with a scarcity mindset when we should have gone into this meeting with a mindset of abundance, of how are we going to get these things done? There's a lot of pandemic going on. People are going to wonder, like, you know, what am I going to do about my insurance? Maybe there's a lot of people who are like, you know what? Revenue's not coming in. They had the same mentality as we are. One of the first things they're going to probably skip on a payment is probably their insurance. So we need to sit down and be talking to these people and saying, hey, look, if you skip your insurance, it's going to be a lapse in coverage. Let's rewrite you somewhere. Let's think about this strategy or whatever we're going to do. It's a point of conversation, right? It's something that people are contemplating in their minds. They're thinking about. And if we can educate them and help them through this, you're going to come out looking like the hero. But it requires that you stop looking at things in a scarcity mindset and start looking at things, stop looking at things from scarcity, stop looking at things from fear, and start looking at it from abundance, and that you have the capability and ability to do these things, right? Like, if your business is struggling with cash flow, you can start looking at cutting costs, or you can start looking at making more sales, right? Mm-hmm. Is it a scarcity, you don't have enough, or is it an abundance where you can go out and get more? Right? The only thing that you can't get back is time. So what are you spending your time on right now? Are you spending it on the scarcity mindset, or are you spending it on the abundant mindset? Like, this is a choice we all have to make in our business, in our own personal cash flow, our own personal income statements, and with our own personal cash flow, or with our business's cash flow, or whatever your nonprofit's, cash flow, whatever's going on. I mean, there are bigger problems out there than what's going on in your own little business, in other people's worlds. We all have those problems, but how do we look at those problems? Are we approaching them in the sky is falling mentality, or is every problem that you come across an opportunity for you to find abundance in that situation? And it comes with, first of all, coming in with that mindset, coming in with your affirmations, understanding who you are and what your strengths are, and then knocking that first little domino over. Make that first call, send that first DM, knock on that first door, pick up that first, phone. I think I said phone already. I don't know. Whatever. Either way. But that's the whole point, is make that first call. It's probably going to suck. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be as good. You're going to fumble around. But guess what? From that mistake, you're going to correct it, and you're going to try again for the next one. And then you're going to get better, and you try again the next one, and you're going to try again the next one. And before you know it, you're a couple calls in, you're a couple video DMs in, and people are sending you information back, and you've begun a dialogue. And guess what? You're doing dollar productive activities. It takes that first little domino, knock it down. Get out there and start making something happen for yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. That's just what it comes down to, right? And so, when we're talking about, this whole podcasting thing, nobody's going to do it for me.
Truth.
I got to get out and do it. I got to share it with you guys. So you're just going to start seeing my video DMs starting tonight. Sending them out to you guys, inviting you to register to the webinar. It's Business Bros.
March 16th.
businessbros.biz/pop webinar. Power of podcasting.
Power of podcasting.
Pop webinar. Right? Go there, register for your spot. There's 100 spots open, so that's all that I'm going to do for this first week. And then, after that, we'll see. We're going to probably do this like once a week. And it's just a matter of getting you guys out there, getting my information out there, and more people will see it. But I got to take effort, right? The first little dominoes are going to be the hardest ones. Those are the ones where you're going to make the mistakes, where you're going to fumble. You're going to say, dang, that didn't go so well. Maybe I should change it. I should modify. I should adapt. But in every problem, there's an opportunity. And this is your opportunity to take advantage of whatever situation is here and make it happen. Like the other day, we were talking about the capitalistic point of view of people taking the hand sanitizer, and buying it, a bunch of it, and then turn around and selling it. Mm-hmm. It's a capitalistic opportunity, right? People are going to want to have that stuff, and you know what? If you're taking advantage of the opportunity presented, congratulations, good on you, mate. Right? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's my big thing about momentum today. Like we gotta just do.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like Nike. Like just get out there and get it done. Even if there's no fans in the arena, right? Dude, so this is another thing. So they're talking about budget cuts in our school district, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our school district going through budget cuts. They sent out pink slips to a bunch of teachers. You know, I didn't get a pink slip, so knock on wood, that's a good thing. But there are a lot of teachers who did. I think it was like 230 different teachers and administrators that got pink slipped. And so the district is starting to look at things to cut, right? Well, first of all, government accounting is stupid, but they're getting budget cuts, so they need to lower the expenses. And so they're looking at revamping certain things like I've been telling teachers for a couple of years now. I go, what you need to do is create a video platform of all the course material that you have already created, right? You should have that. They're like, no, I can't even sell it to my students. No, but there are other people you can sell it to maybe. And if you have it there available, it's a resource, right? And worse off, if now they're going to shift things over to a more webinar-based platform because they have the opportunity to teach kids at less of a cost, guess what? You have all that content already created. You're ahead of the game. You're the one of the first ones they're going to want to hire. Like, you need to set yourself.
Says Crystal Scott.
237, right? And it sucks because a lot of them don't have any backup plan. This is the only thing. This is what they went to school for. This is what they wanted to be. This is, I mean, like Rosa, this is what she's wanted to do her entire life, right? This is her, not only her livelihood, this is her dream. And if you got a pink slip, now you're sitting there like, what am I going to do? And the thing is, the truth of the matter is, and teachers, don't really like to hear this comment, but you're overpaid for what you do.
Damn.
There is no other job in any other sector that is going to pay you a salary and benefits where you get half the year off. It just doesn't exist.
Half the year?
Dude, 186-day calendar, that our contract's like 180 something days.
Dang.
So, and nobody wants to look at it that way. Everybody wants to see, well, I'm managing 180 students and I work outside of school and I prep for my class, and I 100% agree with all that. You still are only required to be at work half the year. And so, when you really start looking at that sort of stuff and you look at it from a financial point of view, like, there's a lot of time for teachers to develop additional skills, to develop additional revenue sources, and you can do it within your industry, within your niche, within your credential. You literally have a piece of paper that says, I am capable of teaching this subject, blessed by the state of California, and I'm going to provide material for other people to learn this subject that are not in my class. And if you would like to learn this subject from a licensed credentialed teacher, this is what I charge, right? And you can do that. Why not? You can go out and put on these trainings and teach kids to do this stuff. There's other kids who suck at chemistry like I did, and they're not in my class, but they may be in another school, in another district, who connect with you as a teacher. Why aren't you sharing what you know to other people? Mm-hmm. There is a problem that exists in this district, and it comes with the budget cuts. But you can look at it as a negative thing and fight and fight and fight. Or you can dig deep and say, what can I do to get myself out of this situation if worse comes to worse? I don't know, man. I always worry about when people are trying to point the finger everywhere else instead of trying to look at the opportunities that exist. This is an opportunity. Things are going to change. We can't continue to be in this education system that's archaic in its ways. Something's got to change. And I know it's public school system. It'll probably take a long time. But if you get caught with your pants down, like, I don't know what to say. You didn't prepare. You thought your job was secure because it's a teaching job. It's hard to get you fired. Dude, things can change at any given time. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you capable of doing something a little bit different, something a little bit outside your comfort zone to secure yourself?
Just got to do that extra, the side gig, that extra 10%.
It's that extra, and I don't even go as far as that extra 1%, because you're already preparing for a class. All you got to do is turn it around and make it a little more public. Show other people what you do. And I guarantee you one thing, like, if anybody else says you're not doing your job as a teacher, you'd be like, look, I got my whole course right here. Which part did you not understand, right? or nothing changes and you have to go, you get sick, you get hurt, you have to have a sub. You just take, export video content for lesson number, 4.7, insert into sub plan, and there you are. Like, you got a substitute teacher, but you're still teaching the course. Like, The opportunity is there for you to do whatever you want, and the market will judge how good of an educator you are. The market will determine if your product, if your quality of teaching, if what you're doing and connecting with students is of value. If it is, because I know there's some great teachers on our campus, some really awesome teachers, and if they could bottle everything they teach and teach it to other people, the market would pay. There are people who want to learn. Not every student in your class wants to learn what you're teaching them at that time. But there are other people in other, times in their life where they're ready to learn, and the way you teach is the way they learn best. Opportunity. You live in the internet age. Everything is an opportunity.
Billions
for the millions and millions of fans
around the world.
One of these days, The Rock's gonna run for president.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, over here chatting with Crystal Scott, and she's laughing because she's like, no, we get paid for what we do. It's just spread out throughout the year. I told her that you like to say that you have the easiest.
We have the best part-time job in the world.
Yep. I said it's shore duty in the Navy, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway.
That's the best part-time job in the world? Sea duty in the Navy?
Shore duty.
Shore duty.
Shore duty in the Navy.
Sea duty, I was like, you guys are working all the time.
No. Shore duty.
Okay,
shore duty in the Navy. Yeah.
Yeah, it beats teaching.
For sure. All day, every day.
Hands down. Look, it's just a matter of perspective, right? Like, yes, you get paid throughout the whole year. Yes, it's there, right? But you do have time in your day. Everybody has extra time in the day. I would just say that most teachers have additional time in different segments. So find something to occupy your time with. If it's travel around the world and that makes you happy and you're 100% content with where you are, and then that's great. But you can't complain about anything else. You
can't travel right now.
And you definitely can't travel right now, right? Coronavirus. But if you're not happy and if you're worried, then you need to take that and turn it into something to help you out, right? Momentum, dude. It sucks.
Momentum.
The beginning sucks, right? Just getting started and putting yourself, planting that seed in your mind, saying that this is a possibility, it sucks. But I guarantee once you just swallow that pill and you're like, okay, how am I going to take control of my own life? The domino starts triggering, it starts falling, dude, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I mean, think about it. You have your teaching salary, you have your benefits plan, and if you happen to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month on the side, is that so bad?
Killing it.
You're killing it.
Figure out how.
Now you have a choice. Now you choose. Do I want to be at this school, or do I want to continue to grow, and teach these other kids the way I've been teaching?
It's also use that money to make more money.
And you can do that too. You can pay off your house. You can buy a rental property. There's all kinds of stuff at that point. But you have to use your time wisely.
There you go.
Right? That's the only thing that you spend in life that you can never get back.
It's true.
So choose. Momentum, baby.
Momentum.
All right. So that's see you on a Wednesday. Hump day. But we'll be back tomorrow because tomorrow's SHIT. So happy it's Thursday. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And we're out.
Bye, Crystal. Thanks for chatting with us. Fun times.